Welcome to hell. Hell is located on a peninsula north of Gdansk. It is actually the second city of its name. The first one, about a mile away, was built in the 9th century as a fishing settlement. Was, of course, occupied by the Teutonic Knights, and sadly managed to pretty much burn down in 1572 and was then consumed by the waves. Legend has it the town was destroyed due to the pride of its inhabitants, and for many years bells could be heard ringing under the sea. The new hell was built around the 15th century. It was taken under Prussia in 1793. It was severely damaged by war and natural disasters, and was later returned to Poland in 1921. The city is rather famous for the Battle of Hell, which raged between the 1st of September 1939 to the 2nd of October, where the German forces invaded. It was one of the last standing military strongholds of Poland after defeats at the Battle of Tukela Forest, Gdynia and Westerplatte. The city was defended for 32 days, eventually surrendering due to low supplies caused by the German blockade. There used to be the famous 666 bus to hell, which was sadly scrapped in 2018 due to Christian protests. The city of Hell now is very much a coastal resort. You can access this by train primarily, but there is also a very good bike route there, which can get very popular in the summer. You will find a number of monuments here. One thing the city is rather proud of is this particular world record-breaking carving, which is done from a single tree. So, something rather impressive. You will also find, amongst the various coastal bits and pieces, the Great Lighthouse. Now, this is actually about the 3rd or 4th lighthouse, the original 2 being burnt down as they were made of wood, and another one having to fire a cannon because it was too short to be seen by from the water. You also have the museum, the Fisheries Museum, which is the former church of St. Peter and St. Paul. Overall, there's quite a lot to see in this city. And, of course, very coastal. Here you see the statue of kind of Poseidon. One thing I found very novel were these sort of, these images which were kind of, painted along the walls, kind of depicting various historical scenes, talking very much about the history of the place. You have a lovely marina, and actually you can get kind of ferries here from Gdansk, though from what I've read they can be rather expensive. And of course swans, we saw a few. Here you have the kind of coastal blockade with all these kind of bollards to help protect from the rather strong waves that you get here. And of course, one of the things that this area is most notable for are its beaches. Now, as it's a peninsula, you actually have beaches kind of on either side. And Perhaps not on this one, but on the far side of the islands, you would probably find a few bars and things open in the summer. Just mind the weather. The wind can be rather strong, and it can be a little bit difficult when you have the sand blowing in your eyes. You will find various wooded paths, running all along the peninsula. And one thing you eventually get to is the kind of a fortified area. Now, you have a series of bunkers, lookout towers, and even though a lot of them were kind of built probably in like the 1930s, pre-World War II, when you actually go around, you will find that mostly they talk about the Soviet history and how they were used during those times. There are various ones that you can go inside, and even though you don't strictly get a tour necessarily, you can pay, say, sort of 10 zloty at one, I think it was about 30 zloty at another, and they have some interesting exhibits, so it's worth to take some cash along with you, because they're very well maintained and very interesting. They give you a great insight into how they were used and into the history of the area. Finally, I wanted to show you some views of the city itself. Very clean, very quiet. Okay, it was quiet because we were there in the times of COVID. But lots of nice restaurants. We even found one open during all the bands where you could sit outside. It was a nice place to walk around, lots of souvenir shops. There's like a seal sanctuary as well that you can go and visit. But overall, it was a very pleasant day out. The only thing to watch is the weather. I'd certainly recommend popping around this area, especially if you're near the Gdansk part anyway. But again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Much more to come. Thank you and take care.